Huh. Something's wrong. Peggle? Insaniquarium? Spore? Oh my gosh. I've gone soft! All these baby games. No wonder my sub count has remained dormant for the last 5 years. People don't care about baby games no more. When the fuck did you last hear someone talk about Minecraft? It just won't do! People these days don't care about fun and entertaining content. They want edgy and intense content! But what can I play that's edgy and intense? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are playing the world's most hardcore, edgy, and intense video game, or better known as Princess Maker 2. Princess Maker 2 is a life simulation game released by Gainax in 1993. But we're not going to be playing the original version, but rather the Steam release of the game, which was released worldwide in September 2016, which kinda acts like a refined version of the original. Oh fuck, there's oh shit over my mic, damn it. Now, you may be wondering,
Kieran, there's a Princess Maker 1? Why are you reviewing a sequel to a game when you haven't even reviewed the original?
Thank you, hypothetical viewer, that only exists for me to segue into the next section of this video. Thanks for asking such a curious but crucial question. Yeah, there's like 5 games in this whole series and I literally have zero idea on all 4 of them. Hell, even the wiki on this game series only really focuses on the second game, So getting into the game, the first thing it asks me is for my surname. Now, I'd love to put my actual surname in here, but since I have a double-barreled name, it just simply doesn't fit. So, fitting with this channel, I decided on Pixels instead. Second off, the game asked me to pick a name for my daughter. And, well, I've kind of always wanted to name one of my daughters Diane, so the game then asks for my daughter's birthday. I make it January 1st because why the hell not? As well as the game then asks me for my Asian birthday. Finally, it asks for my daughter's blood type? I should have probably researched Japanese blood type theory before choosing anything. But whatever, I chose A because I like that letter. Of course, after choosing everything, it begins the opening cutscene. And let me tell you, this music is a banger. Anyways, so the gist of the story is pretty simple. We, the player, are a wandering warrior who kinda just witnessed the Demon Lord tear apart an entire kingdom. Of course, our natural heroic response is to battle said Demon Lord.
Ugh! You are victorious, warrior! But warrior, what do you fight for? Destroying this corrupt capital is the will of the heavens! The only fate for these idle foes is to succumb to my wrath!
So yeah. It turns out this demon guy was only attacking them under the command of God because they were like incredibly corrupt or something. Regardless, we settle down in the kingdom after being gravely injured from our battle, and one night we're compelled to leave the kingdom while we stare into the starry sky. Terrifyingly enough, a voice calls for us, which, I don't know about you guys, but if the sky started talking to me, I'd be fucking terrified. Yada yada yada, dialogue, that kind of shit. Okay, we're granted a heaven girl and we're tasked with helping her lead her life and live on Earth and whatnot. Game title and BOOM! We're in the game! Soon after, we're introduced to Cube, who... he's basically like a servant butler. He's gonna tell us what to do and stuff, just help us raise this lovely specimen of a daughter. So here it is, the actual game. We're finally given the choices to do whatever we'd like. And while I'd love to completely screw over a human being and give them the worst childhood possible, I have different goals in mind, and I'm going to raise a princess. So, this game is based a lot around just scheduling and staring at calendars. And through this mechanic, we're able to make our daughter work, like go to classes, and give her free time, and hell, even venture into the wilderness. I decide for the first 10 days for Diane to work in a restaurant, while the other 10 days being used to study manners. The last 10 days are reserved for free time since, hell, everyone needs time off. And so, the work begins, and it plays a cute little animation as our daughter is failing at literally everything. The restaurant owner, Balbin, isn't too happy that we kind of fucked up everything and he decides just to not pay us. I'm not sure about the legality of that, like I'm pretty sure that's below minimum wage, but no matter though, we also have manner classes and there's no way we can fuck up manners. You see, usually this would be the part where I like suck at manners and I like fuck up really bad, contradicting what I just said, but it actually went pretty well. See? Look how much manners she's been learning. Also, we're actually bankrupt! Oh, maybe this game takes place in America and that's why the education is so expensive. Either way, with our new manners, I decided to show up at the palace and to my surprise, there's an option that catches my eye. Young military officer. Anyhow, I talked to him and he's certainly an interesting character. Supposedly he only shows up once a year in January. He pressures us into promising to meet him again and, well, that was that. Next month, February, we're able to give our daughter a new schedule, and considering we spent all of our money on manner lessons, it's about time that we make some money. Now, in 20 gold debt, we begin working part-time at a restaurant that last time we really fucked up. And the thing I like about history is that it repeats itself again. We can only make mistakes, so again, we make zero money and we're even further in debt. Lovely. Either way, another month passes and we again continue trying to work at a restaurant that we don't get paid at because we're so damn incompetent. April passes by and it's the same old repetitive thing by now. We're now 80 gold in debt when a traveling fortune teller passes by. She claims that she can tell our daughter's fortune, but we're literally bankrupt, so I decline her. But it's in May when our daughter actually begins to do her job competently and we actually make some money. Although not too much, considering we failed most days and we only got paid for the days that we didn't fuck up. But it's better than nothing. Spoiler alert, we're still in serious debt. Then in June, she improves even further and we begin to wiggle our way out of debt. And surely enough, summer has begun and the game is telling me I gotta buy a summer dress or else my daughter's gonna die of heat stroke or something. Lovely. During July, it seems that Diane has perfected her restaurant job, even to the point that she's being paid 50% extra. We start to make a lot of earning through our job. August passes by in a breeze when our fortune teller arrives. She asks for a free and she tells us that we will become an ordinary housewife. And I take offense to that. Nevertheless, Cube tells us of the Harvest Festival, a festival which is held in the city to thank the god of earth, and at which festival one can participate in the combat tournament, the art festival, the dance party, or the cooking contest. And, you know, since we've been working at a restaurant for the last 9 months, it's pretty obvious we should choose the combat tournament. The cooking contest. The rules are pretty simple. Each contestant is to make a dish that they find suitable, as the judges will try the food and awarded points. I kind of wish we actually were able to like make the meal, but it's literally all down to the score, which is determined by your stats. Anyhow, the judging is over and the award ceremony commences. We didn't even get in top 3? God, we're not even close! We only got like 13 points and these bitches over here have like 10 times that amount! You're telling me I wasted the last 9 months cooking? So, I did some research and it turns out the cooking contest requires you to have high cooking and also high sensitivity, something we don't have. In order to get Diane's sensitivity higher so that she can win the cooking contest next year, I put her through some babysitting lessons to increase her sensitivity. Because nothing increases sensitivity like... oh my god. We're terrible at this. Like, oh my god, I wouldn't fucking be surprised if there was such like a dead child somewhere. How do you screw up babysitting? Regardless of my terrible daughter's job, it does gain me some pretty good sensitivity stats, so next month I do the exact same thing and probably kill more children. And speaking about children, it's my daughter's 11th birthday, and because I am the best father ever, I get her the ultimate present, a poetry book. It doesn't do all too much, but it does increase my daughter's sensitivity stat. And since it's January, it's the perfect time to return to the palace and meet up with the young military officer that I promised last year I'd meet him up again this year. So yeah, we talked for a bit and then I promised to meet him again next year. Of course, things go back to the repetitive cycle of work and free time. That is until our daughter runs away. An entire month passes by and I'm just sitting here, what the fuck did I do? Nevertheless, in only a month's time she returns and I'm still wondering what did I do. Now, in March we're also doing some hairdressing for sensitivity instead of babysitting. I mean, we don't make any money from it because we're actually fucking terrible, but it's a fair attempt, and at least our stats are going up. Then, all of a sudden a weird man appears. He states that Diane is the daughter of the house before greeting her. Desperately asking for his identity, he tells us that he is Domovoy, the kitchen spirit. Or whatever that means. He comes to compliment Diane for her good work, telling her how in recent times only a few girls can manage these type of things. He tells Diane to keep up her efforts and to keep the kitchen clean. He then vanishes shortly after and a bright light proceeds to blind us as we come to find our cooking skills have now increased, even over the 100 limit. Excuse me, what the fuck was that? And so, taking his advice, Diane furthers herself in the culinary arts. In what felt only a short time, it's already that time of year again, the Harvest Festival! In our first year, we took the cooking contest and we failed tremendously. But with the skills we've been learning and our daughter's determination to win, we once again enter the cooking contest looking to achieve culinary victory! The judges give their opinions. And the judging is over! And once again, we didn't win at all. But we were close. We came third place. And as a reward, we get 500 gold, as well as Diane's housework reputation increases. Oh, not really a good prize. But using our prize money and our yearly pension, we decide to take some classes. Some manner classes. After class is over, I head back to the palace since it's January again, and I go to visit the young military officer as planned. Of course, after a delightful conversation, I promise to meet him again next year, and I'm really starting to feel like this is getting repetitive. Starting off February in debt, it's the perfect time to stop going to class and to get back in the kitchen. Meanwhile, I've decided that my hairdressing career hasn't really gone anywhere, and I haven't really been paid at all because Diane is just so terrible at it, so I naturally get her some art classes so she can actually cut hair. Okay, on paper, those two things might seem like they don't have any connection, but trust me, everyone knows to cut hair you gotta be an artist. Like, Leonardo da Vinci gave some pretty good fresh trims, ask Lisa. A few more months of restaurant work to pay for art classes, and I do say, we are definitely getting somewhere in this whole art thing. Though, apparently not enough to cut fresh trims. Back to art class! Oh my gosh, did we really waste the whole year on art classes? Well, it's time for the Harvest Festival once again. This year, I'm almost confident I'll win the cooking contest. I mean, last year I got third place. I wonder what the judges will rate me this year. The award ceremony begins and, oh my gosh! My daughter won the cooking contest! The king himself even congratulates my daughter on how delicious the food was. I knew 2 years of restaurant work would pay off. As a reward for winning the contest, we get 3,000 gold, as well as something called a paradise egg, whatever that is. Cube says that we should probably eat the paradise egg, but I kinda like the way it looks, so we decide not to eat it. Using all of this prize money we earned, we're able to further our painting skills without having to work long shifts at a restaurant. We even get a chance for Diane to paint a painting. I mean, it is something. And because we're a good father, we hanging it up on the wall in the background so we're constantly reminded on how talented our daughter is. We also continue to take mana classes so our daughter can be polite as possible, in which we get bumped from a C grade to a B grade class. A solid month has passed since the end of the cooking contest, when all of a sudden the paradise egg we won hatches! So this bird of paradise hatches and tells us how its species is destined to live 1,000 years, but because of humans stealing their eggs a lot of them just get eaten. Now I'm glad we didn't eat it. The bird tells us on how it's going to return home, and our sensitivity is boosted by 100 points. Taking more mana and art classes, our talents are finally beginning to blossom. Of course, saying that, our daughter runs away. She returns in 1 month, 13 years old. Well, hey, at least I didn't have to buy her a birthday present, right? Anyways, another year has passed, and so I go to visit the young military officer at the palace. Of course, I promised to meet him next year, but honestly, I'm very confused on what the whole point of this is. But who cares about commitments when you have art? We even get upgraded from a C grade to B grade class. And at fine last, it's enough to actually be good at hairdressing. It's not perfect, but hey, at least we're actually making some money. Oh my gosh, stranger danger! Some blue guy comes over to my daughter and asks her if she's the foster daughter of the hero. That's me. Seriously, God, what's next?
I have a van filled with candy.
He claims his name is Paimon and he's the demon who watches over success and prestige. He's come to tell Diane on how she's recently garnered quite the reputation, but I don't trust him! Apparently he loves successful people and he just dropped by to help us out. Okay buddy, as the father of this lovely young woman, I'm gonna tell you to stay 5 meters back. Anyways, so a bright light shines and the creep disappears, with some of our stats getting better. That's neat, I guess. Take some more art classes and now we can hairdress without fail. And I must say, this job definitely pays more than working in a kitchen. All of this money is able to find the mana classes, so my daughter's gonna be the politest little flower. Though, realizing Diane's reached the peak of her cooking career, what if she furthered in art just for the fun of it? So of course, taking more art classes when I'm suddenly prompted to make a new painting. It can't be good as the painting on my wall though. Dear gosh, it's a masterpiece! Nobody told me art classes were this effective! Only a few more classes and it's the beginning of the Harvest Festival! For the last 3 years, we've been taking the cooking contest. Why don't we try something new? And so we choose the Royal Art Festival, considering our newly found talents in the arts. It works pretty simple. It's based on paintings you've painted before, and then they get judged by judges and there's the results. Simple enough. For the next month, the paintings are judged, and that's when the award ceremony begins. To my surprise, Diane won first place, taking a gold prize of 4,000 gold, as well as something called the Master Brush. I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud. Soon after my victory in the Royal Art Festival, a traveling merchant arrives in which I finally have enough money to buy his expensive crap. I decide to buy the Venus necklace for its stat boost, and also it kinda looks nice. The year continues on with hairdressing and classes, but it's nice to take a vacation every once in a while. So with that being said, we take a vacation up in the mountains. Diane's stress goes down, but her sensitivity goes up. After returning from vacation and after a long month of tiresome classes, sketchy demon Paimon appears once again, and he's here to give my daughter more power for working hard. Another bright light and Di's stats have increased once again. But I still don't trust that guy. Yet, before I know it, it's my daughter's 14th birthday. And what kind of father would I be if I didn't get her the nicest teacup? She's very grateful for the gift when all of a sudden, some weird green fairy appears and claims to be the spirit of the Venus necklace. God, what's the deal with all these mythical creatures just appearing? Demons? Fairies? Fucking kitchen spirits? Anyways, she grants me the blessing of Venus, who is the goddess of beauty. So after that whole ordeal, we take more classes, and then another creature blocks my way! But to my surprise, it's not a demon or fairy this time, but a human! Specifically a young girl. She asks Diane if she's the daughter of the hero. Why does everyone ask Diane like that? Like, she's won several Harvest Festivals at this point, yet my daughter is still referred as the daughter of me. Of course, after she finds out she's the daughter of me, she just begins to laugh. No, seriously, imagine someone asking for your name, you answering, and then they just begin to laughing like a fucking sociopath. Hello there, can I have your name?
Oh yeah, sure. My name is Bob.
Anyways, it turns out her name is Patricia, and supposedly whenever people refer to the pretty girl, they're even referring to her or Diane. And so, we're invited to the dance party at next year's Harvest Festival. And I'm going to leave it off there for this video. But this won't be the last you'll see of Diane, because soon, part 2 will be dropping in only a few weeks. So if you like this, please leave a like and comment to show your support. Oh, and don't forget... wait, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that beeping? The fuck? Jesus Christ, where is it? Oh my god. Is that a fucking pipe?